I do have to agree there. I think consistency is what we've seen out of the Zeta division, guys. When we look at Garo, Meow, and Nowie, I mean, you mentioned Meow kind of yapping a little bit here, but this is a team that's always been able to back up the checks that their mouths cash. They come through, and yeah, they get a little loud, but Trav, the gameplay on the field absolutely winds up showing us why they're allowed to do so.
I mean, this is the thing, though. Like, from my perspective, I feel like these are just one of the teams who don't open their mouths too much, and I think that's what makes them the solid roster that they usually are. So seeing one of them start talking, especially when they're not on a downswing, but they're not where they were last year. That's the thing.
Sure.
Seeing one of them start talking, you got to question if that's going to affect them, because they're usually the team who just shuts up. They're just ice cold. And as you say, they get the wins to prove it. So I don't know if, him, opening his mouth a little bit, rattle a few feathers, is going to, help them get a bit more oomph, or if it's going to, kind of crush their game plan. So I really do feel like Reply Totem are going to come out swinging, because, they can't make World Finals directly. They're going to have to go through the LCQ, and even that's not locked. Yes, it's likely, but it's not locked. They've got a point to prove, and they're going to want to be able to get all the wins on the board, move as high up those rankings as they can before LCQ to get the seeding on their side. Pearl going to be the first pick, then we're heading on to Hideout, the bands of the Max, Piper, and Buster on Reply Totem's side. Zeta Division going to be banning out the Kit, the Meg, and the Gene, and rolling in with the Tick.
The Pearl is definitely a brawler that we've seen come up out of the past month or two. Kind of went from nowhere in the middle of the year to boom. Just her threat, she can potentially put out the most damage, and that threat is a big deal. You had the shield, and all of a sudden you've got a brawler that just winds up being a centerpiece for a lot of these teams. You mentioned the Tick. Bell from along the way here on Hideout, kind of classic long-range brawler. Since the Piper is banned out, the Bell stands up.
Well, Larry and Laurie's going to be coming in for Reply Totem, and then trying to match that thrower on the other side. They do have the ability to break up some of these walls, molding the map to how their thrower's going to want it more than the opposing side with that Pearl. Bell going to be bringing a good amount of range for Zeta Division as well to be able to match that if the map is broken up. So it kind of balances itself out. I imagine they're going to kind of just try and keep it closed off and keep that good position with the Larry and Laurie, but we still are with Reply Totem for their final pick, and it's going to be a Byron. Definitely showing his face a lot more recently than he was in the past couple of years, but throwing some heals in the back of his team, it's definitely going to be helpful when faced with the range of Bell.
Yeah, I think right now in the meta, we've seen for a little while leaning towards tankier brawlers. Larry isn't exactly a squishy character. Then Mari on the Pearl with a big shield. That allows Byron, you're just able to heal more. When you have low HP brawlers, you might not get that heal off before they die. And so I think that's why we've seen a little bit more Byron. And then Mandy comes through along the way here, another sharpshooter. So Meow's going to try and play control, but you've got Bell and the Mandy here from a distance trying to deal. Larry might be in a good position as long as they can control the map.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You've got to get into that little pocket and start throwing down some shots. But, they still have a thrower to counter that, and they've got two extremely long-range brawlers. So I'm really liking what Zeta Division are bringing to the table here. Byron's got a big job cut out for him to be able to match the range and get some heals in his teammates' backs to be able to keep them up. But Maury's just taking so many shots already, but a good job from Chaos to keep him in the mix so far.
Unable to really find that pocket that you were talking about. Finally now stepping in there, but Tick's just going to say not allowed. Actually, very cute by Maury to dodge them individually. And with that Reply Totem, able to press up a little bit. Maru getting punished for it. And the Tick super comes through and takes down Pearl, the first takedown of the contest, 3-0. PS Blue Star on Zeta's side.
And there were two low brawlers on the right-hand side, but not traded out just yet, or nobody even brought it down. Maury's very low, though. No heals coming from Chaos just yet. Eventually getting this mark that he has on him is going to be pretty devastating, and especially with these nest eggs down the right-hand side. Chaos trips one. He's going to be falling too. Maury's going very aggressive here, not trying to get his super. Does actually stay alive somehow, but does get traded out eventually. Now he's going to get a few shots to the face and mark up Chaos, as now obviously the Larry and Laurie did fall, so another target is definitely what he'll be going for.
Still the lead for Zeta, though. Not really too concerned. The Mandy super comes through. Finds the target, but not dead yet. A little bit of a reprieve from the action. This is classic bounty style, and that one hit. So iChaos wiped off the map 8-5.
Yeah, really nice super from left to right there, cleaning up that marked Byron, able to deal so much damage because of Nowie connecting that. Now they're getting pressured back. There is still only 3 stars in it. Garo going to miss that super now, but Meow does have a tick head to try and relieve some pressure. 19 seconds on the clock, and so much pressure coming in. Good trade comes through as the hypercharged Bell super from the right-hand side finds the connection and finds the kill, but Maru coming in now with the pinch. Byron's still there to fight it out as well. Hypercharged from Tick to keep them in the mix. Garo's so low, but he's just relieving some pressure at this point. They're still in the lead. Can they get the kills? Now the shot starts to come down. He gets it, and Reply Totem turn it in the last second.
I did not expect that comeback there, Trev. It looked like Reply Totem had made the wrong choice. They go in one by one. The Pearl didn't fall down as she was the second one in, but I was just like, man, you got to group up. And then I look at the clock and I go, there's enough time. And Reply Totem actually bring it right back there. Really nice moves there from RT to start us off. And again, this is one of the more important moments, I think, Trav, for Reply Totem. You know, you might be able to bring it back. It's a long best of 5. You have to start out hot after missing last month. I know I'm harping on it, but I really think it's that important.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget how important it is for Zeta Division as well. Ogechi, you know, close on their heels. They really need these wins, but some good shots coming in. Garo to close the gap. Chaos gonna fall too, and Zeta Division turn things around so quickly. You know, I respect Totem for keeping that aggression because they know they have to, regardless of if they're in the lead or not, because they're gonna get pinned back and taken out if they do just retreat with the lead.
By the way, Garo, I'm not counting that Superman as a miss. He's like 1 for 3. That fourth one, though, he was aiming for Byron, who just happened to die. I'm not counting that as a miss. You got that one. You're good. Reply Totem up 6-4 with a minute on the clock. Mari just getting beaten up here by Garo, but Maru shows up and sends the attacker packet. Really good shade over from the teammate to protect the thrower, who is a little bit vulnerable there on the right-hand side.
Oh, another kill, and with it the blue star comes, and so does, oh, and snipe from Garo, 5 stars over his head. Every single kill this game for a Zeta Division has come from him until now, where now he picks up another one and extends that lead to 4. Zeta Division wanting to bring this one back. Still got a Lori on this right hand side. Super going to be rolling in shortly. Maru super for himself as well, and might be able to turn this one round in the last seconds once more.
20. And Reply Totem pressing forward. Down 4 stars, so they need 2 kills. Unless they look for Garo. One of them is there, and there's the second. A baker's dozen for the red team. They're falling back, but there is enough time for Zeta to make a kill. Garo shows up with a long range. They've given up. That one is going to Reply Totem. They take the whole thing, and it's 1-0 on the big board. Are still our top picks. Angelo is still scary as heck, and we see our bands coming on through. Stu always winds up being successful here. Barley, though, has really risen in the ranks this year compared to last year and seasons past, so exciting to see kind of the bartender show up. But we're gonna get Barry right here, first selection. The control this guy brings with the leg sweep is giant.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like Barry, and it's a good control. You know, it's a thrower map. You can see that with the bans that are provided, 2 Barley bans and the Larry and Laurie, as you mentioned. So thrower's going to be heavy, and he's a heavy brawler for keeping that control. Surge going to roll in on the other side, ability to kind of jump over some of these walls when he gets the super, and obviously keep the range when leveled up as well. But it's going to be tough to get that if Reply Totem just go all out control and just try and deprive him of those supers. But Zeta Division do still have another pick. It's going to be Gale. And they're going to try and match some of that control. Obviously, it's not a thrower, but it's going to be able to stop a lot of people in their tracks.
Stop is really the key. We had one of the plays of the century last month, starring a Gale. The control that he brings with the tornado and the knockback, he can just do it all. And when we're looking at open business, this is or hot zone in general. That's exactly what you're looking for. So call the old man. Byron going to be picked alongside Barry here. And this is the first time we get a chance to see Barry show up. So we'll dive deep into a little bit of what he does, but essentially, a ton of damage. Colette's going to bring that to percent-based damage as well, kind of threatening Zeta's tank selection here.
I mean, they've just got heals on heals on heals, like Barry healing, Byron healing, Colette obviously does have the gotcha. It's not, you know, she's not a healer, but she can heal a lot if they bring something like a tank in. But it's going to be the Jessie as that final pick. Obviously, with some of these healing brawlers, you do want to clump up, get the big benefit out of them. So a Jessie's going to be able to stop them from clumping up and just, you know, keep the control for that team. I like what both kind of sides have here. If I had to choose, Reply Totem just because of that berry. It's an incredibly strong brawler. I just kind of feel like Colette's going to be kind of hung out to dry a bit. You know, obviously they had to, account for the tank, but in some of these matchups, I just don't really like where she stands.
I agree. I think Colette, the hypercharge, is going to be a big part of what makes her relevant in this contest. But you've brought up Barry a lot, and so all of us are big Brawl Stars nerds, so we've been around. But just real quick, essentially, Barry, thrower, the little pool that his projectile leaves on the ground deals damage, obviously, but also heals his teammates. And then his super, he does that, but bigger. Also dashes forward. So we will keep an eye on the unicorn. Can we call him that?
I mean, he is a unicorn, so.
Well, you saw the reveal. He's actually just a. Is that spoilers? He's got the ice cream on his head.
I mean, I think we can go with unicorn. I think we can allow that. But he's just so much control over me out here, and this is what I mean. It's going to be so hard for him to get his levels. 2 gadgets already used, and still going to be sitting on that base floor, with Reply Totem having a vast lead at this point as well, with about a 30%, and he goes down. Really nothing to show for his aggression, and now he's going to be falling as well here. Just all-out domination from Reply Totem.
Yeah, 50%.
Looking at 9 too.
Yeah, I mean, well, I agree 100%, but Reply Totem already at 60 plus. Zeta Division not really even standing a chance here. iChaos with the long range shots, and then Mari from the right side, just making sure that entry into the point from mid really denied here. Colette using super to honestly get away from Garrett was an interesting choice. Winds up working, and then more damage from the mid. Still, a little bit of a pause here from Reply Totem, but here comes the aggression, and I think this will be the final play. Game 1. Oh.
It should be. I was thinking the same, but I still think Reply Totem are going to be able to just break this line. But with Gale, with Jessie, if she had a turret, if Surge is able to get some levels, there's a possibility. It's a slim possibility, but it's still there. Maru manages to gain some ground on the left-hand side, a little knockback stun, and they get the kill as well. But now he's going to burn down, not going to help them whatsoever. There's the spin in from Mori, dashing forwards. The Reply Totem eventually secure the win and move yet another game up over Zeta Division.
Another patient moment from Reply Totem. My impatience was clearly on display. But a patient moment there where, yeah, that should have been it. They get pushed off. No worries, boys. Just wait for the respawn. We see this a lot. You'd be surprised. This is pro level. But at the end of the day, the game's mental. You wind up falling on the point. The amount of times, Trav, we've seen one player die, because they just kind of get that last little bit. Reply Totem played it safe, waited for the team. The fundamentals are on display. I said that they're going to be mad after missing last month. They're reminded that they're professional players, and they're playing clean today.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing as well. For a team who's probably going to be going to, well, I say probably, if they lose this, it becomes a little bit less likely, but probably going to World Finals, to be dominated by a team this much through draft, through gameplay, it's a little bit worrying, and you kind of got to think maybe Reply Totem, if they made it last month, would have deserved to get that world spot locked up. And some good control. Little turret comes through, and now he's just going to use the super on that instantly. Beautiful stuff from him once more. He's done that a couple times now. Doesn't really want to have to deal with it. Obviously, it becomes a bit difficult with Colette and the hypercharge available, and a big lead once more for Reply Totem.
You and I both were kind of dogging on the Colette selection, but she has locked down this left side really strongly. And just now, Caster's curse, as soon as I say it, she winds up falling down. But the hypercharge comes through. Reply Totem again, not just doubling Zeta Division's power on the point so far. Garo, with everything pressed, walks forward and doesn't get much done. And in fact, Chaos and Mari in tandem take down 2 separate players. Now he by himself can't do much of anything. Reply Totem pushing 70.
Well, this is the kind of point where you have to start worrying for Zeta Division, because they walk up, die, walk up, die, and just getting sent back to spawn so much. Like, what hope do they have? The triple launch pad in seems like a possibility here, but it's just Gero who does take it, and surely he's just going to get cleaned up quite quickly with a few shots from Byron. There's another follow-up too. Now he brought down to 1 shot. Not going to go down just yet. A little heal from Mori there. Tried to keep his teammate alive, but too little too late. And it's the same as last game. Reply Totem hold for the entirety. Start to slip towards the end, and then possibly going to bounce back as Mori slides back around the left-hand side. Tries to start a bit of a pinch here. And a launch pad from Naui. Not sure if I like that or not.
Still a ton of time for Reply Totem to play with here. Zeta Division full control, and Reply Totem are wiped. So I said a ton of time, and now there's a little bit of time. Definitely have to start getting moving, and falling down to Meow is not the direction you want to see it going if you're rooting for Reply Totem. But the 2-on-2 is here. Maru pops the big button, dodges the up-down from the surge, walks forward, takes him down, and takes the point. 2-0. Reply.
All the cash and the seeding points on that board. Double Swoosh is going to be where we land next, and I love this map, probably my favorite map in the game. Surge, Meg, and Sandy going to be banned out from the Zeta Division side. Reply Totem going to get rid of the Mr. P, the Jesse, and the Stu. And then their first pick is rolling in, and it's going to be the Gene. A little bit of vision gear on that, hypercharge along with it. You can't complain.
Absolutely. Gene will work out. I love this map too. You know why they call it double swoosh?
Because there's two swooshes?
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Penny going to be selected here for Zeta Division on the other side. Just being able to drop down that turret. Strong stuff. Any particular reason why you see the Penny here?
I mean, it's got the salty barrel to be able to tank the pull. I mean, so far that's the only thing I can really see.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just taking a bit, like when you just see a single brawler played into another brawler, you kind of think, right, what matchup's going to go in their favor? They're going to be able to tank the Gene pull, and you're not going to complain about that. They might bring in some grass break and allow that mortar to be able to rain down, possibly an amber as their last pick here. I think that's kind of like one of the only things you can really look towards. You get the crow in to be able to get the shots in, have that lingering burn down damage, and then get the mortar going onto them through that. Or you just burn away all the bushes and have the mortar rain down regardless. Chester going to be rolling in for Reply, so it's really taken a bit of a step up recently. So not a bad pick. We saw it a couple of times earlier in APAC as well, so we'll see how it does play out in the EMEA region. And Buster going to be rolling in as that third and final for Reply Totem.
Yeah, okay, you're going to have to break down the Chester a little bit, because I saw some of it in the APAC. I've heard some rumblings around it in the pro scene. The Buster and the Gene, I get that, 100%. And then across the way, we see the Crow on a map like Double Swoosh. It's very valuable, absolutely. Chester, though, why is his stock rising?
I had a little bit of a rework, I believe, and I think that's kind of why he got a bit further into the meta. I'm still yet to be fully convinced by the Chester. The players are. And I mean, that's kind of good enough for me. It should be good enough for me, right? If the players are convinced, I should be convinced. But I need to see a little bit more. I need to see a couple of wins. And, this one might be the game to be able to do it. They're going to roll in with the Gale. And this just seems like such an odd comp. Yes, the Gale obviously going to be able to knock that Buster back, but not when the shield is up. And I was kind of expecting Amber. A little bit of a grass break, have that mortar rain down. I think that might have been a pretty solid pick for Zeta Division here. But I'm just not convinced. And it all started from the first pick.
Yeah, Little confused here from Zeta's draft. Of course, this is where I get most excited. If the draft like this, show me. You know what I mean? I'm not coming out saying it's bad. I'm coming out saying I don't get it. And I want you to show me why you have picked this way. It's Zeta Division starting us off hot. And by the way, in the pocket now, down 0-2. If Reply Totem do wind up winning this one and Zeta don't move forward, SK automatically go to Worlds. They don't even, they can go to sleep. Well, they can't, because they got to worry about seeding, and honestly, there's a lot to play for, jokes aside. So they got to stick around. But they already make Worlds if Zeta lose here. So, I mean, maybe they're really good friends with SK. I joke. But Zeta, odd comp and all, up 5-3.
Yeah, I mean, not just that, Ogachiki get that lifeline as well to be able to go directly to Worlds, which is what they're obviously going to be wanting. I mean, they've got to win their game first, right? But that's a matchup that they should be winning. But no more to being placed down now, and the right side is won by Mori. A couple of gems being picked up by Chaos now, as that support from the right-hand side has dwindled quite heavily, and now being pushed back. Mortar down, Salty Barrel placed, and that's one more wasted. Chaos is going to be wanting to get all of those gone to be able to hit that last final Gene pull.
Nice tie game here. I don't even mean figuratively. Reply Totem steps forward and ties it up 6-6. I expect the 7th one to go their way as well. So how do you break this filibuster is really the question. Left side, we find a kill, and Buster denies Garo from walking forward. And so really just a stalemate here, if you ask me. Nobody really getting a chance to make their move.
Well, Garo's shown his hand. No salty barrels left, and Chaos has a pull for himself. Starting to be a little bit worried for Zeta now. He steps forward for a gem and steps out of line even by a quarter of a tile. Chaos going to fully punish that and take advantage, but it might not even go down to that. Everybody seems to... Oh, what a hypercharge. Now we're knocking everybody down, stunning them as well. And that's the super that makes the difference. First, Gene had pull. Gero was vulnerable. Now he knew that and took advantage of that split second.
Gigantic play from Nowie right there. The countdown's got 3 seconds left. The pull is good, and we'll start it again from the other side. Reply totem, 12 in the pocket, but they're not healthy. This is rough. If Chaos falls down, it's another reset.
What a pull through literally everything. Everything was stopping him. Max range, and he managed it, but he's stunned out. Maru gonna get... Oh! Chaos gonna get the trade, though. Hypercharge available, but now Chaos falls down. All the gems tumble to the floor in the reply totem spawn, but Maru is there to claim 16 of them, and Zeta Division have to start from square one once more.
So many resets here. 20 plus gems in the pocket for Maru. He takes care of business on the right-hand side, and with just 1 second and the shield, it's over. Reply totem 1 away from making it to the semifinals. Brother, this was insane.
I mean, what a pull. And that, like, you know, now he had it all in the bag for Zeta Division.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it was positioning or just an absolutely insane pull from Chaos. But that was just wild, how he managed to turn that back around after having 2 of them wiped by the hypercharge of the Gale. Incredible stuff from Reply Totem once more to take it to match point.
Yeah, I think it's column A, column B. Like, obviously you just can't be there, but, you know, Chaos nails the pull. That is, you talk about clutch, those are the moments. Those are the moments, for sure. So, got to see that one come through, and it does for Reply Totem. We start anew, very slow-paced beginning of the game, and really it was just, I guess it was just the moment of opportunity that Chaos had with the pull. But I'm looking at that Gale play. That could have been the big moment.
Well, Vengeful Spirit sent out. Only the left-hand side is going to find a connection. The Unbreakable Wall will deal with the one heading towards Gero. We didn't really touch on it too much on the right side in the last game, as it was kind of just there. Nothing much was happening, but Mori is the one dominating it. And some heals coming across to the left-hand side by the Gene onto Mori here, and he picks up another couple of gems along the way. Taking a few off that side of the Zeta Division now, which is something they're going to have to kind of make up for.
Rough spot for Buster to be in. Falls down after the fact. So Reply Totem with a lead here, but as soon as we kind of address that, the Zeta Division squad walks up and maintains mid-control. So they'll be able to match the 7 right there. Big hit from Gale. And now Zeta Division, they've got big control of the map.
Yeah, this is really, really good for them. And Mortar established as well, keeping everybody in a tough position. Knockback stun. And now he gets another one to his name. Vengeful Spirit sent out. Pull available. Gero, you've got to be scared now, because that is something that can turn the game once more. But the slowdown and the kill. The Crow gets the slow, and they get the Mortar to rain fire and get the takedown. Zeta Division in full control. 10 seconds left, and Maori going to go up. It's not really going to be doing too much. 5 seconds now, and Gero can just defend his life. Survive it out, and deter Reply Totem for now. They're going to have to try and win this one as well, or Reply Totem will still take it.
Great to see Zeta Division come through and show some signs of life. Weird composition, but I think we're, again, I said, show it to me. And we're seeing a little bit of it. The slow combined with the Mortar. The Mortar winds up being about control, right, Trav? Like, it's really about, the enemy's probably going to dodge it. You just force them into bad positions. But with the slow provided from the Crow on the other side, I mean, Miguel, all of a sudden you have a world where that Mortar's hitting, it's really providing some damage, and I think that is what confirmed the end of that game.
I mean, look at this pivot from Reply Totem. Gene sent to the lane and Buster playing through mid. Definite lack of range. With the Unbreakable Walls and the grass not going anywhere, it's not really too bad. The slowdown is there on both Maru and Chaos on the right-hand side, but Meow can't get any finishing blows. Another slow used. Chaos still doesn't fall, and the Vengeful Spirit will get the trade.
Oh, Mori, great play there. I don't know if you guys caught that. Really, really, like, careful positioning. Obviously, neither player can see each other in the grass, and Gale with that giant shotgun spread. Maury was avoiding it by pixels, snuck up, and then got the flank. Gale thought he was safe. Really, really nice play to get Garo there. Maury showing up there on the left-hand side and earning his team a little bit of pressure. But now he just spit in the face and looking for mid-control again as Garo picks up gem number 5, looking at reply totem 6.
I mean, Maury can't be stopped. He's just dominating every side he goes onto. He was on the right, dominating on the left, dominating. It's just brilliant from him, it really is. And a little pivot from reply totem seems to be working really, really well. The Crow's going to go in and jump out. That's the only way to really be able to win this one. That's going to be placed down, but for what? It gets dealt with instantly, and reply totem 1 away from a count and the game.
Tough stuff. Maru in the mid has 9. Doesn't need to be the guy that picks up the 10th, but he's the gem carrier so far. Zeta have a little bit of room to catch up here. Reply totem now shoving them, and there's the pull. That's going to be the beginning of the end. Counting down from 15 here is reply totem. This sends them to the semifinals and is a huge deal. Zeta Division trying to make it happen. Chaos dying doesn't matter. Anybody dying besides Maru doesn't matter. Meow can't make it happen, and reply totem are making it a longer game as Zeta Division stretch it out and pick up gem number 10.
Yeah, spawn from the mid was possible. I didn't think it was either. They had 7 when the count started. Must have had one somewhere else. Pull getting this as well, and 11 to 11 now as Garo is going to be able to evade that pull coming in. And a big thing for him to evade as well. Now, much pressure coming down. Hypercharge going to be used by Naui. Stun missed by Maury there. Got the right super, but couldn't execute it well. Now, there's Mortar coming down. Maru in a tough position. And now another one falls. But from the flank comes Maury. Can't get it done. And the gems aren't going to be enough there. From brilliance from reply totem to Zeta turn it around with pinpoint precision on the gem spawn.
Get to the semifinals. So we'll jump into hot potato. Ready for Heist? Are you ready for Heist?
I'm always ready for a bit of Heist. I love the fast-paced, aggressive action that it brings. The Meg, Amber, and the Edgar actually be banned out right by Zeta Division. We've seen the organization run that in a couple of World Finals on this map, so can't blame them for it. And as you say, the Unicorn, Barry banned out on the right-hand side. Crow going to be the first pick by Zeta Division, though. And those last couple of bans, Edgar and Chuck from reply totem.
The amount of damage that Barry can dish out to the safe is disgusting. So we definitely important to see him banned out. Interesting to not see him banned out on the first pick side. I guess you just want to be able to open that up for yourself, I suppose. But instead, it's going to be the Crow, who also can do a dummy amount of damage to the Heist safe. Other characters in that category are in the middle of your screen, banned out because they do too much damage to the safe. Barley, an old classic favorite when it comes to doing damage to the safe, will team up with his other robo friend here and reply totem with a high damage comp so far. But again, that Crow hypercharge does like a third of the safe damage.
Well, Lily rolls on in then, and not going to deal the most of the safe, but a good assassination brawler for the Barley, for the Rico, going to be able to kind of spring across the map and obviously go into the Shadow Realm as well to be able to creep up on opponents. So not a lot of DPS. Zeta are definitely going to have to add to that, and with that Crow jump, if you get the chance, it can do a lot. Dynamite going to roll on in behind that as well. Very weird, very, very weird composition, but I don't mind it. Dynamite, if you can get on the safe, huge damage. Hypercharge Crow on the safe, huge damage. But reply totem just seemed to be a bit more normal. Rico, Chaos Special, Barley, very good, and obviously still have their third as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Zeta comp, and this is one of the more cut and dry, like as far as roles are concerned. Meow, Naui, go to the safe. Garo, kill the other team. That's pretty, you know what I mean? Seems pretty cut and dry. Miko showing up. That's a weird pick, honestly. Like seeing the Miko show up. What can you say about the monkey?
What can I say about the monkey? I don't really know on this map. Yeah, it's probably just gonna be targeting the Dyna, targeting the Crow, being able to pick up a couple of assassination kills. The exact same role as the Lily. Not gonna do too much to the safe, but yeah, you know, there's roles that are gonna do that for you. The Rico, the Barley, the Crow, hypercharging the Dyna shots. It's it's the same on both sides, really.
Huge. Honestly, I think Zeta have more safe damage with the combination of Mike and the Crow. But can you get there is the question. Rico up here in mid is going to really provide a ton of suppressive fire. And then, of course, Maru with control on the ground. Mari already getting to work here. Just pogo sticking on the safe. Falls down, yeah, with a good defense, but already some unbridled aggression. So Zeta Division 73% left. Reply Totem a little bit lower than that, almost 50. So Big Z in the lead, but the defensive stop here from Reply Totem. Able to make it happen. Now he shows up out of the underground and takes out a kill. Now on the safe, comfortably.
Yeah, getting a little bit done. Now back into the Shadow Realm once more, and Maru not having the best time here. Gets the kill on Tagero, but was stunned out along the way. Meow going to go for the jump on safe. Got the gadget down as well, and huge damage, even without the hypercharge. Zeta Division get it done. The Reply Totem were dealing damage. 71% was done, so let's not write them out of this just yet. It's kind of just that breakaway play off the start that we saw coming in from Zeta Division that won it for them.
That's what they're looking for. This was fast, honestly. Sometimes Heist can be a little bit slow. If we're not seeing the all-out base race, sometimes it can be a little bit more metered or slow, but this one went pretty fast for sure.
Well, Mori going straight around the back again, but it's Zeta Division who are on top. You know, they might be able to deal some damage with the Miko, but Dino with shots. I mean, it's just going to go straight into the Shadow Realm, evade some more shots, but it is actually still Zeta in the lead, regardless of this kind of free roam that Reply Totem have onto the safe with Miko. And another Shadow Realm to delay what's going to happen. Jump comes in, Dino shots are through as well, and Lily still surviving, gets the kill.
Wow.
So much of a lead for Zeta Division, sorry.
I expected the W there, especially once I saw the Crow jump in there. I expected big money. But Mori coming through, and worth noting as he falls down, you know, the star power allows him to do some extra damage, sure, but not working out here. It's Reply Totem hanging on by a thumbnail. 14%. The monkey trying to stop it, can't. And Zeta Division stretches all the way out to number 5. Flaring Phoenix is where we'll be playing. And the bans come out. The bans are some of the more important points here. And Kit absolutely banned out. The Gene and the Meg as well, important ones. Buster also really runs this, not particularly map, but just game mode in general. So he's gone, and Larry and Barley. So RT shows up, an extremely strong brawler in this game mode, very versatile. I think that's a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, the ability to drop the legs, and obviously with the gadget, go back to your legs instantly now when you press it. Really, really helpful. It allows you to swap between those two modes more seamlessly towards the end, and, you know, if you want to drop legs during the game, you're not kind of like hung out to dry for the rest of it. It's not just like a straight trade as it used to be. Pearl is going to be the first one for Zeta Division, though. Really, really solid pick. We've seen it played. We've seen it work. And Zeta Division do have yet another pick to follow up as well. And it's going to be the Tick. A little bit of a thrower. Try to keep the range, try not to feed the opposition. I like that too.
Tick kind of slows the game down a little bit. You just can't rush. Like that choice. Pearl is a hard brawler to play because your whole heat thing, spending it makes you worse. It's about finding the right moment, and that's the entire discipline of knockout. So I think Pearl is a great selection here for Flaring Phoenix. Mandy along the way, we saw her once already. The long-range supers can certainly make a difference in knockout. If you're threatened and I'm not, that's good. So the long range, certainly a look that Reply Totem is at with both the RT and the Mandy. And looking to round it out, the Angelo. So all in, full commit, long-range sharpshoot composition from Reply Totem. Let's see how Zeta Division respond. Do they get somebody that jumps on in?
I don't know. Honestly, I would have been considering the double thrower, but, you know, Barley banned out, Larry and Laurie banned out. It doesn't leave too many options. Sprout's still on the table, obviously. I wouldn't like a genuinely double thrower. If you just stay out of the way, don't feed them, wait till the game, you're going to be able to win against those. But it's going to be a Lily, as you said, someone who's going to be able to go in, assassinate. It's going to be tough to get the super because they're going to be sat at a range, not in your radius, unless you're playing towards the late game. But obviously, with that Shadow Realm gadget, it's very handy to have.
Yeah, Lily is fantastic in knockout because of that idea, just being able to go underground, get the kid. You're just a rogue, right? You're just, you know, nothing personnel kid showing up behind players and taking them out, and then, well, there's no punish because it's knockout. So GG, no re. You don't get to rematch us. See you later. So I like this composition from Zeta. Reply going all long range. I mean, yes, show me how good you are. This is a real, like, we're going to hit all of our shots comp, but as you mentioned, I mean, the thrower, the assassination, the composition for Zeta Division is built around of the opposing long-range brawlers, so really we'll just wind up seeing if Reply Totem can hit their taps.
That's just how the game works. You know, that's just all what it boils down to. Hit your shots and you'll probably win the game. Zeta Division should be able to stay out of the way of quite a few of them down the side. You know, Maru standing still, not able to get the range on the tick regardless, and Tick still getting a few shots in, now working towards that tick head, and now through the mid. It's two of them versus Naui in there. And Chaos just pinching around the right hand side, but a little bit of rotation. Gero's going to move around, possibly just pop a gadget if he sees him, and try go towards the Mandy and get the kill.
I think once the gas seeps in, Zeta Division aren't as safe as they might seem. Like, long-range brawlers, haha, the gas, we have an upper hand, but it just means they're in position to get shot. Naui bringing himself down low here, Chaos jumps away, and just in a position to get shot. Zeta Division wind up on the bad side of things. Reply Totem don't even lose a brawler.
That might have been the most unfortunate timing I've ever seen, though, to be fair. Comes out the Shadow Realm just as the Mandy Super was just going over the top of him, and he gets hit perfectly by it. Pretty much a cycle out there. Gets another connection, should be halfway to another Super for Mandy. Not the most handy, as he can just... Mandy not the most handy, but he can just heal back up and just play again for this late game, which, for Zeta's sake, hopefully they'll be able to do better in.
Was that a mistake? Mandy being handy? That's not very...
It actually was not. Like, it was definitely 100% intentional.
I was going to say, that's not really Trav's style to be that cheeky, but it's the last monthly final. Have some fun, boy. I'm down for it. Quite handy with that super. I like it as a finisher, but as you said, you hit it, you're halfway towards the next one, so no harm, no foul. The fact that it landed on Pearl, probably the most unfortunate for Reply Totem, because you got that giant shield, so rough, as the Colonel would say, but not a big deal. Gas coming in here, and now Zeta Division have to be careful about their pathing. Everybody just walking up here in this diagonal. Reply Totem need to all choose the same target, but now it's going awry. Chaos walks into the gas, taking down 2 versus 1. Zeta Division with the upper hand, and they smack it down. Reply Totem fall, and round 3 will be the breaker.
Definitely didn't play out the way Reply Totem wanted at that time, and it was all Angelo. Kind of jumped to the side and landed directly on where Gero was coming out of that realm. You know, that's the difference it can make. Either you get hit by a Mandy Super as you come out, or you land perfectly on someone if your teammates' communication's that good. And clearly that time it was. All gadgets through the wall, super available, misses the follow-up, sadly. And he's starting from square one with that supercharge.
So we're just hanging out to the gas, right? It's been a wonderful month so far. Seeing Barry show up today. Cool, cool, cool. He was banned out all throughout APAC. Got a chance to kind of see him. Well, I don't really think we got a chance to see Barry's full prowess. Like, that brawler can do some really cool stuff. I think the tech is there. Should be fun to watch him play throughout the scene.
Yeah, it should be fun. But in this one, it's, as you say, just waiting for the gas. That's how we...
Yeah, 100%. There's no reason for Reply Totem to move until it happens, you know? Or rather,
they do have a quite nicely open right side, but that hypercharge Tick Super's definitely going to be helping out quite a lot. Leg's going to be dropped now, and Gero should fall, but actually doesn't. Mori going forwards, gets a few shots in. Chaos the only one left, and in a 1v3. What hope does he actually? He's got the super going, but it's not. It shouldn't be enough. It's not enough. I was questioning myself there. But Zeta Division do take it. They're heading to match point. Totem started strong in the first 2 sets. They started strong in this one, but not ending strong once more. And Zeta Division head to match point.
I mean, that one was just tough. Again, this is largely what I expected out of the long-range brawlers, particularly on this map. You've got 2 angles to really find, and all Zeta Division has to do is not be there. And then when the gas comes in, like, sure, Tick isn't killing it, but Lily certainly is. Pearl's gonna handle you. So the long-range sharpshooter entire team is showing its Achilles heel here, for sure. As Zeta Division, yeah, there's literally no, like, and I'm not making fun, you know, wait until the gas. Yes, that is how this team should play it. There's no reason to walk into the enemy crosshairs. Now he in some trouble here as Reply Totem is stepping up, getting aggressive, and earning points for it. Down goes 1, so it's a 3-on-2 here.
Gero's so low as well, but no killing blow coming in from Totem. Leg's going to be available now to Chaos as well. Mori, sorry, as he can drop them in the next round. But every time he's dropped them, I feel like he's kind of just been there, not doing a lot, to be honest, in the late game. And chooses to use them now and wants to try and do something pretty similar to what we've seen in the last. And this time, it will work. And we'll see the Tick retreat into the gas once more. Reply Totem fighting back. But let's not forget, the same thing happened in the last one, and Zeta still pulled through.
Reset here. The big difference that brought Reply Totem the W was their aggression. So when they won their round in the first game, it was largely just they wound up winning the post-gas fight against all odds. But this type of round, they wound up pushing forward. I don't know why Zeta allowed them to. I think Gero was just not in a position to really play full-on defense without trading the life. But this time around, that's what's expected to happen. Mori doesn't fall. The Shadow Realm gadget is used to get out. A scary moment for Reply Totem, but they walk away. They'll heal it back up.
Yeah, well, pretty much no supercharge now, I believe. Maybe he got one shot in from Gero. So just waiting for another opportunity to get it back, but now the hypercharge is going to be coming rolling down. Gets a shot onto the Tick instead, but that marked up shot onto the Tick head definitely comes in help. Gero going to go forwards, has the super available, gets hit by one of those shots, jump away, gets the damage, gets the heal now. And now he looking for the kill as well, gets it. Mori so low, falls as well. A super comes through, but Maru misses that too. And Zeta Vision on the cusp of going to the semi-finals.
And that right there is, you know, really what you're looking at. Reply Totem had more players, but just not the arena. They're not looking for close quarters combat at all. Not a... Are you mad at the comp, Trav?
Not really, to be honest. I don't mind it. It's worked. It has. For both sides, the comps have worked. But they're just not getting that kind of... They're not taking advantage of the opportunities they've had.
Yeah, I feel like it's the sole reason why Reply Totem's losing these rounds. If they had some other thing besides long range, like almost anything else, but when that gas comes in, they just lose the matchup. It's a little rough to watch.
Yeah, a little tough for Reply Totem here. That aggression that they had has just completely wavered, and they're just not playing the same again. That was what was winning them the rounds. I don't feel like you can wait till late game when you're playing 3 sharpshooters. You've got to get the shots that you can in and make use of this early game.
That's where they were most successful, when they got aggressive and shoved up, and this is not that. Gero pops out of the Shadow Realm and gets popped down, but it doesn't matter. Chaos barely alive and will be turned underground. We go this far, we make it with the reverse comeback, and off of that, Zeta Division make the semifinals, but bigger, they make the world finals. The ticket is punched, and Zeta Division are going all the way.
Huge stuff for Zeta Division to be heading to World Finals. Reply Totem are going to be going to... Well, actually, not confirmed yet, as I don't believe Pirates have actually lost their game yet. They've got to make it all the way to the finals and win to be able to knock Reply Totem out, though. So, unlikely as it is, Zeta Division going to Worlds, Reply Totem looking likely for the LCQ. But can we just touch on the fact that they were literally like 0.1 of a second away from winning this one 3-0 and that gem spawned? How unfortunate for Reply Totem.